Now, here's a bonus just for Kaheva followers. Kaheva team. Something you've all been curious about. You've been asking me, what digital assets should we hold? And I will continue to share prophecies on crypto. I will also reveal which cryptocurrencies are dangerous. The type of cryptocurrency which is overvalued. Hello, everyone. This is Kaheva. All knowledge of the world, head, heart, and soul. World War III has already begun, and it is a currency war. If you survive the currency war, you become a millionaire. But if you fall into poverty. And I'm not joking. We are going to talk about this seriously because Kaheva talks about the truth, and we should talk about all knowledge of the world with our head, heart, and soul. So we cannot avoid this theme, even though we don't want to see the reality. We should. And with Kaheva team, just keep on track. Just patiently, we can do it. Let's do it together. The U.S. fiscal deficit in 2025 is $2 trillion. Trillion dollars. It is a huge amount of dollars. However, the U.S. government didn't issue any treasury bonds in the first half of the year. And we should think about like the meaning, the significance of this. Instead, it borrowed from public employee pension funds to get by for 6 months. So it survived. It endured the 6 months. Now, in the second half of the year we are living right now, the U.S. needs to issue $2.1 trillion in treasury bonds, the largest bond issuance in the United States history. But there's a serious problem here. There's no country left willing to buy new U.S. treasuries. So natural logic, no company is stepping up either. Japan has stopped buying U.S. bonds. China has completely turned away. If no one buys U.S. treasuries, no one buys it. If no one buys it, interest rates will skyrocket and will inevitably trigger a financial crisis. The Trump administration is caught in a dilemma right now. If it fails to resolve this treasury issue, the U.S. will go bankrupt. So now the Trump administration has found one last hope. Stablecoins. Wow. Boom, boom, bam. Here. Solution. Stablecoins are digital currencies pegged to the US dollar, designed to minimize price volatility. Price volatility, which is the weak point of the currency, all type of currency that the people are using around the world. Each coin is fixed at $1. USDT, Tether, and USDC, Circle, currently hold massive amount of US Treasury bonds. The world has gone through World War I and World War II. Now World War III has begun, and it is a currency war. President Trump is attempting to conquer the world not through weapons, but through money. Just 2 years ago, the U.S. government not only disliked stablecoins, they despised them. They talked it like that is a scam. Stablecoin is a fraud, like that. It was because the coin represented private issuance of money. Because as I've been talking about for so many times, the government's right to operate and maintain their own currency is the very source of their national power. So the private issuance of money was represented by the stablecoin, they thought. So they despised the stablecoin because the government's sovereignty was now at risk. They felt that they are at risk. But when stablecoins began purchasing U.S. treasuries, what? You're buying U.S. treasuries? The stablecoin is actually doing that? It is doing that. Then the U.S. government completely changed its attitude. And I think it's totally reasonable. Good job. Without joke, really. Facing default over its treasury debts, the government was effectively saved by stablecoins. And it began to thank stablecoins. stablecoins used to operate in the shadows. But now the Trump administration has found a solution to its treasury crisis. The solution was stablecoins. So no longer we don't have to do it under the shadow. That is why President Trump, is bringing stablecoins out of the shadows and into the light. This is the Genius Act. Ta-da! The official name of this act is the Genius Act. The Genius Act is simple. Think about the person who named this act, because even for them, it was like, wow, this is genius, right? The coin can buy the US Treasury. We can be saved from this, our government's bankruptcy crisis. Genius. Genius Act. Wow. The Genius Act is simple. Every stablecoin issued must be backed 100% by short-term US Treasury bonds, 90 days or less. The short-term here means 90 days or less, as reserve assets. As a result, the dollar's dominance will grow even stronger. So the rise and the stablecoin brought into light will not threaten US dollars. It will actually strengthen the dollar dominance, and that power will be firmly held by the US government. So it's a really genius act, right? So now, just a bonus for our Kaheva followers. You've been watching this video just to listen to this moment, right? Some of you guys. Something you've all been curious about. What digital assets should we hold? XRP. Kaheva already accurately predicted the rise of Ripple. Anyone who listened to Kaheva carefully and tried to listen the outside and inside meanings with their head, heart, and soul would have bought XRP, would have made a 100% profit. And don't spread the word, just quietly accumulate XRP. And I will continue to share prophecies on crypto. I will also reveal which cryptocurrencies are dangerous. As I've always said, Solomon conquered the world not through war, but through trade. Trump, too, will conquer the world not through war, but through money and the dollar. This is Kaheva. See you in the next video. God bless you.